In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 Rx8 mods that you might regret doing. And by regret, I mean that you're going to realize that although they are good for the car, they are not so good for you or easy to live with in the long run. This is a summary of my 8-year experience as someone who got an Rx8 young and is now in his 30s. The first one on the list is deleting your catalytic converter. Now, while you gather your forks and torches and Gatorades, let me explain. Noise, flames, pops and bangs are all good. And the mod by itself is very good for the car, but some other aspects of it can be irritating for the owner. For example, the low-key feeling of hoping not to get pulled over due to an illegal mod. As a 22-year-old, getting a €400 fine and license plates taken away is no slap on the wrist. And not to mention that you'll have to swap it twice just for passing inspections and then to have it back on. Next, it's the smell. If you're sensitive to odors and smelling like you just showered with a tractor is not your game, then you won't be loving it as much as you think. The smell gets even worse if you have an exhaust leak, for example, and your whole cabin starts smelling really bad. But I personally hated the smell while being around the car, especially while driving it out of the garage, on a cold start when you open it and you have to drag it all out and the garage stinks, and the fact that everywhere I went I had a low-key odor of exhaust smell, that tractory kind of smell. So from my experience, as you near your 30s, you just prefer peace and comfort so you can enjoy actually driving the car and not just showing off. And plus, without a good muffler and headers, the decad noise is nothing to praise, at least not in my opinion. The second thing on our list is deleting functional parts like air conditioning to save weight and gain more speed. Let me tell you, you won't start accelerating like a GTR if I don't think you're even gonna notice the difference. And if you drive your car daily and if summers are hot, then you're gonna be boiling inside and you'll be hating yourself for what you did, trust me. From my experience, taking your girlfriend on a trip in the middle of August without AC is the worst material, so you've been warned. The third one on the list is having a overly loud exhaust. Don't get me wrong, a normal quality aftermarket exhaust is good, but having an even louder exhaust has very little ups and many downs. For example, it can be disturbing to others, especially in residential areas or late at night. And also, excessive exhaust noise can attract unwanted attention from the police, which we don't want. And long trips start to get very annoying because you crave for some silence to fully relax and actually enjoy the ride, not just tolerate it. You feel very good in the first few moments, but when you're on a lonely highway and there's no one around you, it starts getting annoying. So before you install the aftermarket exhaust system, think about the potential consequences in the long run and in every aspect of your daily life, not just the part where you go, on that stretch of road in the middle of the city where people are gonna look at you, and then for the 90% of your ownership, this is gonna be no one. So you'll want to relax. You're gonna get headaches, and it's not pleasant. Just trust people that have done it and now regret it. Number 4 is slammed suspension. And I mean, not, air suspension, but coilovers or just, anything that puts your car literally on the ground. Lowering your car suspension can give it that sleek and aggressive look, but it can also create a lot of issues if you're not careful. The ride becomes very stiff, you feel every imperfection, and hitting a pothole is like getting kicked in the ass. Speed bumps or obstacle avoidance is just ridiculous. Not to mention the body damage you can do if you're not very careful. I had my previous car like this, and I loved the way it looked. It was very good to look at, but at the same time, the trade-off was just not worth it anymore, after you live with it for some time. And also, this is one of the reasons why when I installed coilovers on my Rx8, I lowered the car just by 2 centimeters because the car by itself is already low and I didn't want it even lower. Concentrating on the mods and not concentrating on the car is what's gonna kill your experience with the Rx8. You have so many good qualities to actually enjoy and be present in the moments to enjoy them that some mods, they're just going to be a distraction from enjoying the actual qualities. And the last mod on our list is welding the differential on a daily car. Welding the differential on an Rx8 can give it a more aggressive and sporty feel, but it is a modification that should be taken lightly. It can cause serious damage to your car's drivetrain, make it challenging to drive on normal roads. It can also cause, excessive tire wear and a tear, and potentially even make your car undrivable in certain situations. And it's definitely less safe to drive in the rain than it would be if you just leave it stock like it is. For the track example, it's another story. For that purpose, if you're set on your Rx8 being a drift car that's gonna be mostly on the track, then yes, it helps you immensely with drifting. But in your daily life, it's just gonna be a nuisance. But this is also one of the situations of you knowing what to do with your car. If you want to drive your car on the track, if you set on your Rx8 being a drift car, then yes, it's gonna be a great mod, it's gonna help you. But if you're gonna drive your Rx8 on the road like 95% of the time and take it, to the track that once, maybe twice a year, then it's just not worth it. Just improve on your skill rather than improving on your car, because at the end of the day, it's all skill. You can drift any car if you have skills. And if you don't have skills, not even the most perfect car can help you get that perfect drift corner. And that's the end of my list of 5 Rx8 modifications that you might regret, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments which one are on your list. And remember, modifying your car can be fun, but it's also important to be safe and mindful of the long-term consequences. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.